It's Monday, February 7th, 2022. I'm Jonathan Lau, and this is 5 Minutes of Proof, a weekly analysis of the science behind ozone therapy. Today, we're going to take a look at a really cool article entitled Ozone Oxidative Preconditioning, a protection against cellular damage by free radicals. It was introduced into the Mediators of Inflammation journal in 1998. And the reason we're going to take a look at this particular article is because it was really the first article that showed that ozone therapy has a way as a biological modifier to help precondition the body against cellular damage, against free radicals. And I think that's crucial in understanding the mechanism of action when we talk about ozone. So we postulated that controlled ozone administration would promote an oxidative preconditioning, preventing the hepatocellular damage mediated by free radicals. So that's the postulation. And it's going to be hard to get through all of this, so I'm going to move very quickly. These are the first experimental results showing that repeated administration of ozone in atoxic doses is able to induce an adaptation to oxidative stress, thus enabling the animals to maintain hepatocellular integrity after CC1 poisoning. Okay. So here's the issue. In spite of these encouraging results obtained with ozone therapy, its clinical use remains, and we see this all over the place, controversial due to a scarce knowledge of biochemical and pharmacodynamic mechanisms which underlie its therapeutic action and the efficacy in such heterogeneous pathologies. Last but not least, O3 has been associated with environmental pollutions and to different pathologies. These factors have contributed to skepticism and prejudice of official medical authorities delaying the acceptance of ozone therapy. We see this every single day, and there's lots of skepticism out there. But that being said, there's a lot of good studies that demonstrate the efficacy and safety of ozone. So in this particular one, they treated rats. It was administered rectally through rectal insufflation, 15 ozone treatments, one per day. They give you the amount in the micrograms right here, 50 micrograms per milliliter, about 5 mLs. And let's jump down to some of the things that they saw. They had 6 different groups. They're just going to show 4 of them here because the other 2 didn't really have much to do with the outcome we see here. But you'll see here in group, and this is not group. Here's the ozone group, the A right here, and then with the slanted lines. You'll see that liver damage was reduced in that and in the control group. This is an oxygen group. You'll see that just flooding the body or that area with oxygen itself actually was more harmful than helpful. And then you have the group that was treated with just the CC1. So here we see the ozone group being equal to or actually better than the control group. Free radical defense mechanism with superoxide dismutase was better with the ozone group. You see that the ozone group was phenomenal, actually slightly better than the control group in reducing CA2 for cell signaling, which is important to remove that calcium from the cell for redox signaling to take place. And then finally, this G6PD, which is a red blood cell protective enzyme, did phenomenally well compared to the just the group that was treated with this CC1. So O3 treatment was also able to preserve a normal glutathione level, while the O2 treatment plus CC1 markedly reduced it. So there's a lot of things here. I'm not going to be able to hit it all because we're almost out of time already. I want to touch on something at the very bottom here. So we're going to keep going down. Greater cellular damage observed after oxygen administration plus the hepatotoxic treatment indicates the deleterious effects of hyperoxygenation. So it's not just really about oxygen. It's about the ozone. Sustained levels of glutathione and G6PD can be taken as reliable markers of the antioxidant defenses in the face of the oxidant challenge. There's a lot in this paragraph, so take the time to stop and read it. I'm not going to read it all. But I'm going to say this. Ozone therapy has been able to preserve liver integrity by inducing either enzymes or activating metabolic pathways that maintain an equilibrated redox balance. Okay. And then I'm going to go down here to the very bottom almost. And it says, in this sense, the improvement of the antioxidant defense is bound to be crucial in cancer, chronic viral infections, and neurodegenerative diseases where the control of endogenous oxidation has gone awry with progressive cell damage. So there you have it. That's been 5 minutes of proof. Take time to look at the entirety of this study. I think it's quite important to what ozone therapy does, and we'll talk to you next week.